All right, so if you're having trouble with number 5 here, right, there's 3 different ones, A, B, and C. These are systems of equations. You will get one of these on the test that has a quadratic with a linear equation. Now, you can solve these by putting them into your Desmos, your 8th grade EOC Desmos that will be available. You can use your graphing calculator. I'm going to show you how to solve it by hand. I'll do this second one here, B, and see what we get and see if it matches what we do get on Desmos. So, going to my whiteboard here, B, we have the equation y equals x squared minus 5x and y equals 9 minus 5x. So, if you remember how to solve these equations, we can use substitution. So, since this is solved for y already, I can go in here and plug that in for y. So I'll have a brand new equation that reads 9 minus 5x equals x squared minus 5x. So now I have this quadratic. I need to get everything on one side equal to 0 and factor it, right? So get your x's together, add my 5x, add my 9. Make sure you cross out when necessary, right? Something crazy happens here, right? I have my x's, my b term completely cancel out. And I'm left with x squared minus 9 equals 0. So don't panic when this happens. It's actually made it much easier. This is our difference of squares. So this is an automatic factoring rule, right? This will go to x minus 3 times x plus 3, right? Both of these are squares. So the two answers that I get here, when I set each of these equal to 0, is x equals a positive 3 and x equals a negative 3. Now, I'm not done yet. I need to be able to check these answers to see if those are indeed the points I get. So I want to plug in 3 to my equations over here. So I'll plug it into the first one. So I get 3 squared minus 5 times 3. Well, 3 squared is 9 minus 15. 9 minus 15 is 6. So when I plug in 3, I get 6 on the first one. Well, plugging in 3 on the second one, 9 minus 5 times 3. Well, that's the same thing, 9 minus 15. I do get a 6. So my positive 3 does check, right? They equal the same number. That's where they cross. It is a solution to that system. Now, let's plug in our negative 3. Negative 3 squared minus 5 times negative 3. Negative 3 squared, remember if you put it in the calculator, you do need to put parentheses around it. Hopefully you know a negative times a negative does yield a positive. So I get 9 minus 5 times 3 is a negative 15. When I subtract a negative, right, you can do this little trick and add those together. So 9 plus 15, that gives me 24. All right, let's try the second equation. So this is 9 minus 5 times negative 3. Well, I do end up with 9 minus a negative 15 as well. Draw your plus, you get 24. All right, so both of these checks. Here are my solutions to that system of equations.